Hey, if you guys are going to have sex in the pool, can you at least do it over by the filters? We talk about crack, Andy's current mental state, and joining the army. It's a pool party because we watched Staten Island Summer for this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
So, how's everyone feeling?
I feel...
No one looks good.
I feel terrible. I look cool, man. What are you
I feel
talking
like I
about?
look worse than I actually feel, surprisingly.
I look terrible. I look fantastic, but I feel terrible.
No, you look awful.
I look good. I look handsome.
You look so pale.
I look charming and dapper. I look like a debonair gentleman.
You look dabber.
No, I don't know, man. I can't fucking think right now.
That's a style of dress where you're constantly just dabbing.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Like me every day.
Yeah,
Do you remember Gabba, like that style of dance?
yeah, it started in Holland, baby.
Yeah, it did
Right,
too.
yeah.
I knew that. Yeah. Because hardstyle's real big in like Europe and Holland.
Yeah,
and
it's like
stuff.
big
Like
link-
Headhunters is from Holland.
It's
I'm
big
pretty
link
sure.
to like white supremacy in Holland as well.
Do you get
Really?
into trance, Jamie?
It's like, no, I don't like dance. I don't like EDM.
I can't
Defcon,
imagine
baby.
you listening to anything with like a synthesizer or a keyboard in it.
No,
Unless
I
it's like
listen
Paramore or
to I
some
listen to
shit.
Paramore's Afterlife, baby.
Man, I love that
I
album.
nailed that pretty quickly.
I listen to Talking Heads. I've listened to Motion.
true, actually.
I listen to
Talking Heads
Motion
rules.
City soundtrack. They've got a Moog.
The Moog guy who does handstands on the Moog board.
Yeah, that rules. Motion City soundtrack are a great live band. Very underrated, I reckon.
I was considering going to that show, but then I never did.
That guy has a lot of stage presence for a guy who's been like addicted to heroin twice.
Hey, man, sometimes,
Justin.
no matter how...
Been addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Are you trying to tell me that a musician was doing heroin?
Yeah.
That man. That's very surprising.
I was talking to Andy last night, and he was like, "Jamie,
no
have you
memory of
ever,
this.
you ever smoked crack?" And I was like, "Whatever would give you that impression?" And he was like, "Would you?" I think he was just trying to talk me into the idea of like one day smoking crack, because he then kept selling it Netflix to like worse things, being like, "So you wouldn't do heroin, right?" And you're like, "No, God, no." And you wouldn't snort heroin, no. So crack is like smoking it is kind of better. And I say, yeah, you kind of got me there. So and then Hastings' mind is instantly like, okay, so that means we're doing crack next Sunday. He was saying for his bachelor
For
party.
my
that
Bucks night, dude, we're going to smoke crack.
yeah.
That sounds like the worst idea.
That's going to be sick,
We're all
dude.
just going to be having beers, and then
Think
Hastings
about
is
how
going to
you
pull
feel
out.
right now.
Yeah. Hastings is going to pull out the glass pipe and be like, let's go to the bathroom for a second, and then we'll disappear for 2.5 hours. And
I'll
then
disappear for 3 months.
yeah, we'll resurface only to get more crack.
I would love
You'll
to do crack.
die.
Yeah.
Then we'll have to like weekend at Bernie's it.
Hell
like,
yeah.
For your wedding.
Hell yeah, dude. It's going to be sick. No, I'd probably smoke crack. I think it'd be all right. I think it would be like, it's just Coke. Like, it's just,
No, it's harder than Coke.
no, it's just more, it's like diluted Coke.
No, it's worse, isn't it?
No.
It's definitely,
You stop talking yourself into
it's
it.
definitely worse for you.
Probably.
You have a
man.
therapist that's told you to stop using drugs, and your solution is, I've got to cut down on weed. Maybe crack will fill that hole that my dad never plugged.
Man, I coughed this morning, like as soon as I woke up, and like, you know when you cough and you've been doing like whatever the night before, and you get like that bitter Coke taste in your mouth after a big
Yeah,
night.
Jamie knows all
Fucking
about
horrible.
Coke life.
I know.
I feel so fucking shit today. I didn't eat yesterday. Like, I just didn't eat. I had like some hummus. That was it all day. And then I drank 12 million cement beers at Stave's Brewery.
The best beers in New South Wales.
And then a bunch of Ritalin and Coke,
Do you
like
think
a
they listen
fucking
to this?
loser.
Yeah, I think that guys at Staves listen to this every week. I smoked marijuana last night.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Ah, because you're hanging out with Jamie Kirk. I mean, Jamie Joanna, sorry.
Jamie
You're
Kirk.
gay. Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, we went to watch Cowboy Bebop, the anime movie.
That's such
Right.
weeb shit, you fucking loser.
And we did like a little hot box in the car, and I was in the
Hell
back,
yeah.
and all of the smoke just gravitated towards me. I couldn't even see Jamie or
yeah, I've hotboxed in that car a
When
few
was the
times.
last
I'm
time
familiar with
you
the...
smoked weed, because when I met you and you were hanging out with like Jamie a lot, my impression was that you were like a massive stoner.
Nah. I smoked weed with Jamie pretty rarely. I smoked weed at home a little bit because my housemate had a bong at the time.
Hell yeah. How come you'll smoke weed with Jamie but not me?
I'll never smoke weed with you.
Just come smoke
I
weed,
will
dude.
smoke weed.
Come, man. Come
It's
over,
not like
man.
something I'm against. It's just that most of the time I'm drinking and I don't like to combine the two.
Yeah, it is.
That's multiple
yeah.
drug intoxication. That's how
Beer
people
before
die.
grass, baby.
Yeah,
That's how
you'll,
people
you'll,
die.
You'll green out,
A
dude.
speedball of beer and marijuana.
2 downers just
Yeah,
making you
2
real
downers.
sleepy.
Yeah. Well, that's what it did. I fell asleep
Yeah.
halfway through the movie.
yeah.
Like I was trying to do that. You know when you're falling asleep in a movie, but you don't want people to notice. So like every couple of seconds, you like wake up and you like scratch yourself or like
Yeah.
reorient yourself so
Yeah.
no one knows.
I did that during Django Unchained.
Yeah, I was doing that. I
'Cause
must
was also very stoned.
I must have looked like I was smoking crack the amount of times like I reshuffled around and like
Get real fidgety.
yeah, I gurned and then I kept whispering to the guy next to me, "Do you have any crack cocaine I could smoke?"
Man, I got a new setup. I got like a little table and some seats on my balcony now. I got my little bong set
It's
up
crazy
I
that-
thought you were going to say I've got a little glass pipe.
there. And a bag of crack.
It's crazy that you get into outdoor furniture and fixing up the house, but only for proper drug usage.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to IKEA and get like a little cabinet, and it's just like, oh, is that a great idea? Like we could put books on it, and you're like, no, I was
Or
thinking
crack.
I was thinking next.
Man, it's pretty sick. I got a
Speak into the microphone.
I've got a shut up. I got a Bluetooth speaker. I like watch the sunset, smoke some weed on my little table. It's beautiful. I've been doing it every day with all my days off. It's been great.
Yeah, you're jobless.
Charlie McCann came over, smoked some weed, watched the sunset. It's
Yeah,
great.
but before when we used
Did
to
you
go.
fuck?
Yeah, we fucked. Yeah.
Before, when we used to go over there, it was just a bowl full of cigarette butts on an air conditioning unit
Yeah.
with a couple of beers around. And
Oh,
now
yeah.
you've got like this Zen hippie dome place with a
got-
poster of Marty Bright hanging off. The curtains made of Marty Bright skirts. And just like, yeah, we're getting into the zone.
We got heaps of succulents out there too. I got succulents on the balcony.
Yeah,
I've
I'd like
had
to
that.
get succulent.
Yeah, my dude.
I'm farming some succulents
Hell
at work, and
yes.
they are not doing well.
Oh man. Speaking of getting sucked off,
Oh god.
I didn't do nothing happened last night with anyone. It was all PG.
Did you try get SO'd?
No. Tonight I think will be the plan. But I got home like at like
You
6.
look like you're going to be on your game.
Yeah, dude. Man, I'm going straight to sleep after this. Like, but we got home like 5, 6.
No, it was earlier than that. It was like probably like 3:45
How
maybe.
the fuck did you two degenerates
No,
stay
it was-
off
that's
Broadway till 6 a.m.?
No, we went to
Bar
we went to the Gladdy, and then we went to Bar Broadway. But no, yeah,
It's in
so-
the opposite bloody direction.
yeah, you're right. It was like 4 because that's when I got home. I took Viagra to beat off. That's the thing I did last night. So
You-
I'm living my best life, guys. I'm doing real good.
So you got to do something more wholesome like what I did, where I got into bed
I smoked
fully
crack cocaine
clothed.
to beat off.
Man, I would love to.
I love
got-
it.
I woke up at like 10 a.m. this morning just with like my fucking coat still on,
man.
like but under the covers.
I was in pajamas when I woke up. I have no memory getting in.
I feel like we should be marinating Hastings at this moment because for the last 2 weeks, he's been doing absolutely garbage stuff. Like, talk about doing crack cocaine, and then he'll laugh that stupid laugh he just did, and then
Yeah.
he'll just sigh and go like, guys, I'm not doing well. And then be like, all right, who wants beers? And you're like, wait a minute, what did you just say then?
Yeah.
He's like, well, like, I should cut down on the weed. I'm really depressed. All right, who wants to play dice? Yes, dice for crack. Yes, like, no, Andrew, cycle back to the bit about you not doing well. And you're like, yeah, I'm hanging by a thread, but Mario Odyssey fucking rules. Let's talk about the cap system. You're like, no, Andy,
the cap system does rule.
I play the cap system and then I climb over the railing on my balcony and just look down for 20 minutes.
You play the cap system, and then at night you go out and get involved in the cap system.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
dude.
play Faceless Nameless by Nirvana while looking down, being like, now it's going to be the time.
Well, anything to feel something. Man, how good's weed?
Are you doing okay?
No, man.
What's wrong?
Man, I don't know. My job's all fucked. I'm in a self-destructive spiral.
Is this good pod content?
Yes,
Yeah,
this
it's
is what
fine,
people
dude.
like.
Let's get real, dudes. Unmuzzled Andrew Hastings.
Oink time.
I have depression. Unmuzzled, baby. No, I'm fucked, man. My therapist had to like cancel someone else's shit and get me like an emergency appointment and
When
shit.
was this?
The appointment's like next week. She was like, it was like a month into. She was like, no, I'll get you in earlier. You're fucked. Pretty bad.
What about comedy?
Yeah, this is like not good pod content.
No, I think it's great.
Nah, I'm a sympathetic character. I have depth to my character. There's light and shade to me.
Yeah, 20 episodes in, people say, oh, Hastings isn't... I mean, it's pretty obvious that a guy that just talks about beating off,
yeah.
getting sucked off, and
I
weed
never-
is a deeply
Oh yeah, no one's
going to
be surprised that you have mental health issues.
I never pretended to be well. Like that's not a thing I'm doing here. But no, yeah, I'm alright. I'm doing a little better since I found out my job's gonna be okay. Other than last night's, I didn't go too hard last night. It just escalated. Ritallin's wild.
Ritallin's wild. Don't you wish you were dead?
I'm alright, I'm doing good.
So how about that movie?
Man, what fucking movie are we doing again?
Guys, welcome to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All, a podcast about Andy's depression and teen sex comedies. I'm
Where I
joined-
just sit here and eat macas and contribute sparingly.
Yeah.
I like
Which is
that
what I'm doing right now for context.
I like that Jamie can't ask me if I'm okay unless it's for content.
No, sitting near you, doing it one-on-one is so awkward. I just
Okay,
want to have a
fuck
couple
that.
of brewskis,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And also, this way people will think you're like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Looking
Whereas
out for your friends and
the
shit.
actual conversation, when I'm
Yeah,
on the
this
pod,
nice guy who still hasn't donated. Just update.
I'm waiting till all my debts from moving clear, and then I'm going to donate $21 and write better than Andrew Hastings.
if you could do decimal amounts, I'm sure you'd be donating
$21.01.
$20.01.
Yeah, that'd be so funny.
Fuck you,
But,
dude.
But you can't because my friend wanted to donate $69.69.
Yeah, so they've blown up my spot.
Mm.
Yeah, it would be funny if, like, on the podcast, I'm like, oh, circle back to that killing yourself thing, whereas in real life, I'm like, hey, fast forward back to that Mario Odyssey thing. Let's talk about Cappy. I don't give a shit about you wanting to end it all.
Cappy fucking
What do you mean,
rules,
what
dude.
if it was like that?
No, it is like that. I don't care for Andy at all.
Cappy
God.
fucking rules, dude. Those monsters you play as are so fun.
Yeah.
I
No, I'd
fucking
lose a
love that
writing partner and a podcast partner and just someone who's like any time of day, like, hey man, get a beer, and then he apparates there and he's cracking one open.
guy. Yeah, crack will make you move fast.
Yeah. He's wearing fucking pajama pants today because he couldn't put on real pants
Yeah, we
to
should
walk
definitely
20
post that
meters
on-
down the
It
road.
was
I've
too
already
much.
posted
It
it.
was too much, man. It was too. Pants were too much of a hurdle for me today.
We're talking about the movie Staten Island Summer, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host.
Go on.
Quarter pounder.
All right, well, then let's start again.
Rose Piper.
And the vascular.
Unmuzzled with Andrew Hastings, getting real, talking about mental health. Nah, fuck it. Depression's gay.
Yeah.
It's all right. I can
It is
say
a
it 'cause
problem
it's
in
about
the
me.
gay community? I don't know.
It's a problem in every community, except me, because I'm doing just fine.
Except the crack
Thank
community.
you.
People are having a great
Doing
time on crack.
just fine. Yeah, no, it's all good, man. Man, I've been. Oh yeah, let's talk about this fucking movie.
Yeah, so we're talking about the movie Staten Island Summer, and it was directed by SNL's Colin Jost.
It was directed by him.
Oh, maybe it was written by
It was
him.
written
No,
by
it was written
him,
by
wasn't
him.
it?
Sorry,
It was produced by Lorne Michaels, right? I saw that.
Yeah, I was
Well,
trying to
there's
do it
tons
by
of
memory.
SNL people in it.
Lorne.
Yeah, there's tons of SNL people. The cast is actually fantastic.
It's very good.
So it was directed by Rhys Thomas, and it's a 2015 American comedy film directed by Rhys Thomas, written by Colin Jost, and starring Graham Phillips, Zach Perlman, John DeLuca, Bobby Moynihan, Will Forte, Fred Armisen, Cecily Strong, and Ashley Green. It was released for digital download on June 30, 2015 by Paramount Pictures. So we don't have a budge or a box office.
So
because
this
it was
didn't
kind
come
of-
out in theaters.
No, it looks like a digital deal.
Wow.
Oh.
And so yeah, shall we just go around the horn quickly and say what we thought of it?
Sure.
Let's start with Andy,
I
because he
liked
looks
it.
on.
I thought it was great. I actually thought it was a really fun, easy, harmless movie. I enjoyed watching it a lot. Thought it was funny too. I thought it was very funny.
Yeah. It made,
The jokes worked. Like,
Yeah, I'd go further than saying harmless. Like, I actually thought it was good.
Yeah, I
Like,
thought it was quite good.
Like,
No,
I was
yeah.
thinking about this morning when I was,
I was
taking
pleasantly surprised.
when I was dumping one out.
hell yeah.
It's a dumperoonie?
Yeah, taking a little dumperoonie towel. but
Oh, no. That sounds
it
bad.
came out and told me about 3 drinks it's invented. but
Man,
I
when was the last time I shat?
don't know, dude.
That'll help you feel better. Get the evil out of your body.
Oh man, I can't remember.
Yeah,
I've done
shit.
2 shits today
No,
already.
shit
I've
is
only
my
been awake
fault.
for
I
like
shat
2.5
last night
hours.
when I was wasted.
Oh, God.
That's why I couldn't
That's
remember.
not the time to do it, though.
Yeah,
Nah,
I was.
cocaine makes me.
I was thinking about this movie. What I was thinking was because it kind of flew under the radar, it didn't get released theatrically, and we've seen it on Netflix for ages, and we just thought it would be really shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Totally,
were
man.
like, because we said, let's do a shit one.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
decided
we
to
were
do
thinking
that.
like, because it comes up with like those total frat movies or frat star or
Yeah.
frat fuck with the frat fuckers or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, do you want to make a movie called Frat
Fuck and the
Fuckers?
Frat Fuckers. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
dude, we can write that.
Yeah.
I'll play Frat Boy 1, you can play Frat Boy 2. We'll be the leads.
Yeah.
I'll
Frat
play
Fucker
Drunk
1.
Chick 3.
I'll play Alpha Omega Chi Frat.
I'll play Beta Beta Beta. Frat.
Beta House? Yeah.
Um,
Hell yes.
Because I was thinking, like, so
That's
kind
what
of.
we're calling our frat, right?
Yeah,
What-
beta, beta,
what's
beta.
the Greek word for beta cuck? What's the?
I think it's beta cuck.
Malacca.
Yeah, so I was thinking about how it kind of like flew under the radar, and I was thinking if I was 15 or something and discovered this, that would kind of be one of those movies that you discover when you're a teenager and you're like, holy shit, no one knows about this.
Yeah.
And I was thinking my analog to it would
Euro
maybe
Trip was
be
that for me.
Basketball was that to me because I
Really?
remember. Well, I remember just seeing it in a video store. Yeah, it was the 90s.
That was a video easy.
The clerk was a Furby, and he was reluctant to adult.
I love Rugrats.
Hey Arnold.
If only there was some way we could access the content that made us feel so good when we were young. If there was some way to watch Nickelodeon.
What about
now.
the tragedies in Kosovo and
But yeah, but basketball was
love
that
the
for me.
90s?
I'm nostalgic
I
for
saw-
the Gulf War 1.
I saw it and just was like, oh, the makers of South Park. I've never heard of it, and then I watched it and loved it. But yeah, circling back to the 90s for a second, do people?
I love the 90s,
Yeah.
baby.
People.
Well, as the only 90s kid on the pod.
Yeah,
Fuck,
okay.
I'm a 90s bitch.
I tweeted that the other day.
Do people genuinely think that was like because we're born in the 80s, we're not 90s kids?
Yeah.
Even though I lived in the 80s for
It's
fucking
also-
8 months.
it's now
I'm
a-
Generation X, Generation Strange.
Hell yes.
So get your groove on.
Hell yes.
Yeah, only a 90s kid would remember the biscuit.
I've been getting real into doing D-Generation X crotch chops lately. That's what I've been living lately.
I was
That's
thinking,
Suck
very
it, dude.
90s.
I was thinking about this the other day. People like romanticize and think Doug is a good show.
Doug sucks.
Oh, it was
Doug
terrible.
sucks.
I remember I used to always watch it just because it was on and think it. Oh, I got a burp. Oh my god. Fuck. But I remember thinking it was shit while I was watching it.
Yeah, but nowadays there's all these memes like, remember
there you
Doug?
go.
Doug sucks, man.
Remember Doug?
Rugrats slaps pretty hard.
Nah, Rugrats also sucks, I reckon.
Rugrats
But the
rules,
thing
dude.
about Doug is like, when you're a kid, you're watching like Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles, and then you just watch a beta cuck be in love with someone.
Yeah.
Like, you've got your whole teenagers to live that.
And
Why,
get
yeah,
why,
bullied by a fucking green alien.
why
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
some
yeah.
fucking dude in a sweater vest be in love with Patty Mayonnaise?
I want to watch a show about 5 people in metal suits who get into some sort of Megazord sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's called The Simpsons. Maggie,
I want to
Homer,
watch a show
Bart,
about
Marge.
6 people who hang out in a coffee shop in New York.
Friends.
Mad
Yeah,
about
friends.
you.
It's friends.
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 Sorry, I really derailed that with that.
You can see the gears turning of how does Hastings turn this into a riff about getting sucked off or something.
I would love for all
feel
of
like-
the women of Friends to suck me off. That's
Yeah,
my-
man, that'd be
Man,
good.
I'm not even trying to do bits anymore with the. I'm just saying.
Have you ever
I
been?
just want to get sucked off. Like I just.
But yeah, like
I also. I really don't want to get sucked off right now. For the record, the idea of someone touching me right now is.
I just touched Andy's handy. But yeah,
That seemed like a real reaction.
I think it would.
I thought you'd like kind of like cuddle
up
up
to
a bit.
him.
Be like, oh,
Yeah,
that actually
yeah.
feels very nice.
I do long for the touch of another human.
but I thought it would. Yeah,
Are you a passionate man?
Filled with passion.
I mean, I guess we all thought it would be shit, and then it turned out to be good. Is
Yeah.
a very short summation of that long chat about Doug and stuff.
Well, because all you said was like, I would go so far as to say I actually quite enjoyed it, and I was like, okay, I'm skeptical. But then I watched it and I was like, oh, this is great.
yeah, so what you thought it was great as well, and it was funny. Like it made
Yeah,
me laugh.
the jokes were good.
Yeah.
There was especially like, I mean,
Well, you know what I laughed, just because I don't know where this is going to fit in, but what I laughed at the hardest so was when she pulled out the shirt that says, I fucked Tim Allen.
yeah,
That is a great
That
joke. That
rules.
really made me laugh.
I was thinking.
Speaking of 90s nostalgia bullshit, Tim Allen has never produced a funny thing in his
Yeah,
life,
no.
right? It's
Oh, it's garbage.
it's so bad. Well,
Did
there's-
you watch him on the Norm podcast?
No.
And like, they try and do the hang on, we've all got to try and do it. But he,
Hey, Tim.
Adam,
I'm the guy over the fence.
but he's
It's
this
me,
guy who's-
Jonathan Taylor Thomas Fence.
But he's this guy who's supposedly like a professional comedian or whatever, like this stalwart. And Adam Egget does the bit where he's like, "Where do you get your ideas from?"
Yeah.
And he just totally
He just
answers
answers it.
sincerely.
That's so funny. The idea of Tim Allen.
Yeah, you guys, Tim Allen goes over your head. He answered it sincerely as a bit because he's actually a genius.
You know how Tim Allen like famously got busted with all the
Yeah,
coke
and
stuff?
he's like a prison
Yeah.
I
snitch.
can't imagine anyone worse to do coke with than Tim Allen. It would be the most insufferable.
I can think
hang.
of 4 or 5 people right now.
Do you reckon he does the line and then goes,
Yeah.
I reckon, yeah.
Let's
and
get some coke.
no, we don't need to compound your mental illness more.
Yeah.
I am this close to the fucking edge, Jamie.
Yeah, I know. Let's walk you away from it. The edge is a fucking credit card chopped up line of coke.
We are very close to the edge. Comedy on Edge. It's just
Oh,
around the
baby.
corner from here.
That is
Man, I
true.
need a little room to breathe.
Great comedy club.
But we yeah,
Step closer to
like
the
one of the
edge.
very first shots of the movie has the fat dude from Hotbot, Zach Perlman, in it.
He's
Who
funny.
is actually
He's
likable.
funny
in
in
this.
Yeah,
this,
but
yeah.
as soon as I saw it, I was like, ah, shit, here we go. And the very first thing that came out of his mouth was like something reprehensible about getting sucked off. But at least in this movie, people reacted to him like he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like he'd say something and people
And
would
then
be
he
like,
felt bad about it.
yeah, they'd be like, oh, you're a loser. And he'd say, oh, yeah, that's right, I am a loser. And then he turned out to be like quite charming in the end. The whole thing where he fucked the identical twin but
Yeah.
thought it was the other person. But then very quickly 180'd and was like, nah, it's all you. Seemed
Yeah, that was-
pretty odd.
That was
but,
odd. He also cares about his friends. Like he's clearly a
yeah, he
good
does
guy.
care about his friends. And the main guy was one
Like
of
Zach Perlman, the guy, is actually quite likable and quite funny.
Yeah, people say that about me behind my back. I assume.
no, that's not what they say about you behind your back.
They say we should talk to Andy.
They say watch out for Hastings. But yeah, like I thought like there are a few things that kind of took steps towards making him charming. The fact that he had that secret crush and was kind of nice about it.
Oh, hang on.
And the other thing, when he freaks out about being put in the big pool and getting the responsibility.
Yeah, that was
like
funny.
I thought that was kind of a
that
cute
was
moment
cute.
of he's used to the baby pool.
Also,
and stuff
love
like
seeing
that.
a loser bust one. He got to bust in this film.
Yeah.
and it wasn't like the big climax of the movie either. Like it was like just the thing that happened. It was like near the climax.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, it was
wasn't.
kind of the big climax
Yeah.
of the movie.
But it
Hell
wasn't.
yes. Hell yes.
It wasn't framed
I
in
love
a,
busting.
Yeah, it wasn't framed in a way of like, oh, look at this fucking loser bust one in this hot chick. Like it was kind of like, oh, this is a win for both of them. It wasn't framing it as, oh, she's disgusting for doing that, or he's taking advantage of her. Apart from the whole
Yeah.
mistaken identity thing, which was a bit strange.
Probably my favorite Delta Goodrem song. Were you in the country for Delta Goodrem? Did
I
you
am
miss
Delta
surprised
Goodrem went
that
to
you
my
pulled
school,
that out.
motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know her?
She was like,
Did you fuck her, dude?
oh man, I wish. She
Someone
used
keeps
to.
ringing my
I'll
door.
do it.
She used to do assemblies with us, and she used to.
Like she was there while you were there.
Yeah, she was there for a year while I was there. I think she quit in year 10 to start doing the music stuff. So all the music faculty,
Well, she was in Neighbours as well.
all the music faculty at my school hated her because
Yeah,
they
right.
thought she was a total diva.
She is.
Yeah, but she used to perform her little songs at assembly and would always wear like hot pants and tight tops. It was primo.
Sounds great.
It was primo beat off material.
Man, the only like hot chicks at my school was the music teacher. That was pretty much it. And the legal studies teacher my dad was fucking.
Man, your dad rules. We should get him as a guest on this podcast.
He'd probably do it.
Yeah,
He's a big
I
fan of the
probably
genre. He showed me a lot of these movies when I was a kid.
There's
This could be someone who lives here.
Oh right.
You'd assume so.
Yeah. So let's talk about this.
Ugh, I just regurgitated some of that one slice of bread I ate.
That's very weird.
I'm
Okay.
not doing good physically.
I think
right
Rose
now.
has a secret admirer. Someone keeps ringing
Someone
in.
tried to
knocking
get
on
in the door and then
Realized
like,
it was wrong?
ran away.
Okay.
Don't
Man,
get-
imagine if we.
I think
Maybe-
someone just did a knock and run in my apartment.
Imagine if we podcasted our murders.
Just you
That'd be
getting
fucking
stabbed with a
sick.
pair of scissors.
I'm like, yeah, man, American Pie goes.
You're talking about the movie till the end, which is something we don't really do.
I am committed to the content, if nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're here for. Did you guys ever? There's the guy who joined the Navy. Did you guys ever consider joining the Army or Navy when you were
Fuck
younger?
no, dude.
No, me neither.
No.
I knew I was like a doughy little.
I'm in the Paramore Navy, and that's it.
You're going to Parahoy.
I'm going to
cruise.
Parahoy, dude. I'm going to fuck Hayley Williams on a boat.
My
She's
friends
single.
used-
So she's single.
So she's single.
My friends used to say that to me. They'd be like, "You'd be terrible in the army," and like,
They're sick.
they thought I'd be
Cool,
insulted about it. I'm like, I know. That's why I don't want
Yeah.
to fucking join.
I remember some like jocks would say, "You'd be the first to fucking die in the army." You say, "Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, cool.
I can't climb
Good
a
thing
rope.
I'm not in the fucking army.
I can't climb a rope in gym. I can't hold an M16."
I don't profess to be good, like, at exercise or anything like that. Don't deal well with authority, and also I'm a professed coward.
Yeah.
Like, of course,
Have
I'd
I?
be fucking.
I'd actually be
terrible
sick in the army.
Have
I'd
I?
be so good at it.
No,
You need
No,
the army.
I'd
You
be
need
so
the
good
fucking
at
army to
myself
sort you
against-
out.
I'd be a fucking admiral or some
No,
shit.
you'd
Me and
bristle.
Jamie have talked, and Mum and Dad, we're going to send you to military school.
Ah, that'd be so fun. Watching Hastings get his hair shaved like the clip in Feeling This by Blink-182,
Crying and
and he's
shit while I'm
just
getting my head shaved.
pushing the head of his cock up against that two-way mirror, trying to smush it through the hole so the girl can flick the head a little bit.
That's such a good song.
Have I told the story on pod about how Davis tried to join the army when he was drunk?
Yeah.
Have I?
That
That's-
rules.
Was it on the podcast?
Was it on the podcast?
I can't remember, but you've told me the story.
It was. I don't.
I think it might have been in the group chat.
Yeah. So my friend Davis, who's a
What's the difference?
fucking idiot. He was one day we were getting day drunk and he was getting all patriotic. It was Anzac Day, that's why. And he was like, "Our fucking
man.
diggers fought and died for us. This is such a
Oh,
great."
diggers.
Jesus.
And straight out of Compton.
And he was like, "This is the day to be patriotic. I would fucking crush in the army.
Oh
like
my
I'm doing
God.
chin-ups." And he kept mentioning it and kept talking about joining the army. And we're like, "Oh, cool, man." And then we went back home because we were living together at the time. And I was like, "I'm going to bed." And he was like, "I'm going to watch some war movies."
Sick.
And then I
Sick.
I wake up the next morning. He's passed out on the couch, and there's a laptop open with 3 screens. And the first one is a Google search that says, "How do I join army?"
Sick.
The second one is a 404 not found that says army.com. And the third one is an actual Australian military application, like half filled in until like you can see his fingers like go limp from where he passed out. And I was just like, "Oh man, I would love to send this right now." And
It's
just be
so
like,
funny
You
'cause
said
you-
you could be all you could be, dude.
You somehow get court-martialed for applying, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'd be-
It's so funny though, because you see that and you probably walk out thinking like, "Oh, I've caught this guy who's fallen asleep while he's having a wank. He's trying to
dude.
join the fucking army.
Join
You're
the army.
Oh, this is actually a good thing for you."
So Fred Armisen's character in this is essentially a stray rip-off of Bill Murray's character from Caddyshack.
I've
Like-
never seen Caddyshack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have, but it was years ago.
He's like the
I
cra-
think I was like too young to.
He's like
probably
the
get
crazy
it.
guy that's peripheral to the story that speaks in a funny accent and does weird shit on the side. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like Bill Murray's
That's like kind of a
obsessed-
trope.
Yeah,
for-
Bill Murray's obsessed with destroying the gopher with a increasing variety of
Yeah,
gadgets,
yeah.
whereas Fred Armisen's obsessed with
The
Killing
hornet's
hornets.
nest.
yeah.
Well, it was also the whole film kind of was super bad, but set at a pool. Like the structure was like the story was super badass.
it was
and
also
the
like
dynamic
it
was
was
super
just a
badass.
lot of like good teen sex comedies smushed together. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it, man. Man,
But-
the more I think about it, the more I should join the army. I think I'm going to do it.
I think the structure would do you well.
Yeah,
I really think the structure would
I think
be
I'd make.
well.
I'd love to just order some dudes around. I'd love to. Just,
You would not just.
Nah.
You wouldn't immediately be a colonel. You know that,
They'd
right?
sense my leadership qualities. They'd sense-
How? They'd
They
see
just
your
know.
fucking distended belly.
Private Andy.
Yeah.
That's the
dude.
lowest one, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah. Nah, dude, I'd be fucking 6-star general, baby.
You'd be getting blanket partied for sure, like Gomer Pyle in
Nah,
Full
dude.
Metal
They'd all
Jacket.
respect. They'd all respect and fear me.
No one respects or fears you.
What are you talking about? You all respect and fear me.
No.
Both of you respect and fear me. I can see the fear in your eyes.
Is this
despite
what
your
you talk to your
objections.
therapist about? I just want all the boys to respect and fear me.
No, he just sits there and screams at them, "You respect and fear me."
Man, it would be so good to be respected.
I mean, I
That would
respect.
fucking rule. Have someone respect you?
I
Holy
respect-
shit!
I'm sure there are some people who fear you, but they don't respect
I
you.
respect bits of you.
Apparently,
Your upper half.
a few people have told me that some like open micers like fear me. I've been told that. Apparently, I've intimidated some open.
Yeah, that makes sense because you're kind of standoffish and mean.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yvette was with me for
And
like,
hideous to look at.
for like 3 years before Yvette was like, you can actually be kind of a bully sometimes. Like apparently when I'm drunk and I don't like someone, I can be quite mean. I love it. Feels
I
so
mean,
good
so
to
could she.
Yeah, totally. She was like, thinks it's cool. She was like, yeah, it's sick that you're a boy.
She was complimenting you.
Yeah, it was a compliment.
The way to get Hastings to like you is to sit in close proximity to him and have a full packet of cigarettes that he'll just be like, hey man, can I take one? And you'll be like, I don't even fucking
No, the way I got him
That's
last
how
night
we
was we
became
were
friends,
sitting
yeah.
in the corner of the Gladstone and I was like, right, let's talk about Blink-182. And he was like, I'm in.
Yeah, I did the same thing with Taking Back Sunday at a Starbar, and he was like, we're friends now. And then I was, it's like a badly dubbed karate movie. We are friends now.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I like that you went to do the fake dubbing thing and then probably remembered that this is audio. And no one
No,
could see
I
that.
had the accent, and I just wanted to do some karate moves.
Jamie actually did perfect
That's why.
ventriloquism. He was able to make the sound come out without moving his mouth, and
Yeah.
then did it like as if.
Oh,
it
we
was
probably
made
should
up.
talk about the ventriloquist dummy that you've had here the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Lil Andy, I call him.
That's funny.
It's just
Wouldn't it be hilarious
it's just
if,
a box of black hair.
if it turned out I didn't exist and I was just a character that Jamie Kirk did
You were my
ventriloquism
great
to?
gazoo.
Yeah.
Just appearing on my shoulder, being like, drink a beer, get some crack cocaine.
I'm just here trying to like, not upset you by going along with
well,
it.
you know those horror movie. Have you seen those horror movie tropes where someone's running away from someone the whole movie, and then at the end it's like through flashback revealed that the girl was the killer the whole time?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they-
Yeah, I
Scream
love
or
urban
whatever.
legend.
Yeah, that's me. So Rose is just sitting here being real nice to me, being like, yeah, what does Andy think about that? And then I put on another voice. So I was like, it's fucking sick. I'm on the edge. I've got coke to do. And then I just snap out and I'm all serene. just sitting
Andy,
there
you
with a
shouldn't do
just
that.
sitting there with a gigantic hard on.
You're treading a very fine line here because Andy might start talking about Fight Club again.
Oh man, I'm your Tyler bitch.
I was gonna say,
Oh man, that like kind of is.
what's your
Is it not in your
what was
Tyler
your
term?
guys? Because this is all about them working together as lifeguards. What was your favorite job from your youth?
Oh dude,
I had so few.
Yeah, me too.
I've worked consistently since I was like 14. I had a bunch of cool ones. I worked at Macca's.
Were you part of the McDonald's
Were
family?
you part of the
Don't.
Westpac call center family?
The Westpac one was when I was an adult.
What was the? Fuck.
What were people doing in meat freezers?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Were they
Was-
relatives?
Was that how you're supposed to treat family?
The worst part is that this one annoys me, and two is bad content. You're just cryptically doing
No, I've had-
bits at me.
No, I've had a lot of people say that they often don't know what we're talking about, but just enjoy the laughter.
Oh, good.
I think
They
it's
really
more
vibe
of
it.
like a sense podcast where people can tell that we're having a good time.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
put up with the fragmented mentions of a nobody in open mic comedy and a reference to how shit they are or the venue they run in.
Or whether they gave us a lift home one day.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know who Harry June is, but they seem to like him.
He sounds nice. He gave them a lift.
I worked at Macca's for 3 years. Met my first girlfriend there. Worked at Coles for 6 months. And AMF. I worked at AMF bowling as a kids' party host.
We were
Did you
just talking-
really?
Yeah, 6 months.
We
yeah.
were just
Wow.
talking about that last night. We should go fucking bowling.
Yeah, I'd love to. That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
it'd be so fun.
I don't mind a bit of bowling.
Yeah,
Let's go
go bowling.
bowling.
Go
Get some
go to
beers,
one of
dude.
the strike places. Get some beers. Have a
Do
bit
they
of a
still have
ball.
that strike on King Street Wharf?
Yeah,
yeah,
Honey
they do.
Tourette's works there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I went
Wow.
there like last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
with a vet, yeah.
And there's one at Fox Studios too.
How was he at handing out the shoes?
No, he was working. He was
he
working
okay?
the bar.
But was he okay? but maybe getting better? No. See, this is exactly what we're doing.
Yeah. But so, did you ever what were your favorite work drinks out of them as well?
Oh man, so like getting rowdy.
Yeah.
Mac has always had good ones, man. Like Mac has had sick parties because it was all just teenagers fucking each other. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, that rules.
Yeah.
What were those big W parties like?
One
Oh man, they actually ruled. I was gonna tell you guys know him, but the guy who took photos at Powerbomb Comedy Club last night, Tom Houlihan,
Yeah.
he used to work at Big W with me.
Right.
And one time we had this party at a bowls club. I can't remember what the party was for. It wasn't a Christmas party. I think it might have been like a financial year thing, just to
Happy EFS.
Well, because they made a big profit, so they wanted to support us or something.
Yeah.
So we all went down, but it started at 6, and me and Tom met up at 12. I'm like, what are we gonna do till this party? So we just went to Epping RSL and drank our body weight in bourbon and coke.
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
Won a bit of money on electronic blackjack, so drank even more. Then we showed up to the party with our
Electronic
and
blackjack.
our bosses were standing
Yeah.
in the greeting thing. We stumbled in so drunk, and their eyes were immediately like, oh no. And we were just so drunk, embarrassing ourselves, like ranting,
Hell yes.
like slurring, not the N-word, but like just slurring our words.
Ethnic slurring.
Yeah, just ethnic slurring.
When I get really drunk, I ethnic slur my words.
Hey, boo! And then there was this fucking raffle, right? And so we were like sitting down during the raffle, just trying not to call stuff out. But we were trying to be respectful, and we had two.
E69.
Yeah, we had two supervisors sitting near us to try to like cool us down.
That's funny.
And then one of our supervisors went up. So the first raffle is like a meat tray. The second raffle is for something much more expensive. And then the third and last
Frame photo of Brocky.
Yeah, the third
Hell
and
yes.
last. The third and last.
R.I.P.
The third and last thing on the raffle was an entire case of Carlton Draft. And,
And they
so-
can see you sitting there starting to salivate.
No, well, yeah, we were like, oh, baby. Because we'd been given raffle tickets just by being there and like chucking $1. And the person who calls it out goes,
How old were you?
21, I think.
Right.
It wasn't raffle tickets, sorry, it was names. So they were
Right.
pulling out names of this hat. And me and Tom had put in together and paid like together. And she pulls out the hat, her face falls, and she goes, oh no. Jamie and Tom. And we like stood up and went, yes! We grabbed the case of beer, opened it, went outside and shoe-marketed them all over the manager's car. And then as everyone was leaving in their cars, we were just calling them names and shoe-marketing their cars. We wasted like 6 beers shoe-marketing.
Man, we should
Is
do
that the verb form of that?
Yeah.
Shoemakery?
That's what Tom
I never
coined
knew that I wanted to do that
Yeah.
until this moment.
Tom-
Oh, you've never done that?
Never done it.
Oh, it's so good.
I think Tom just
Let's
coined
do
it
it on
at
my
a...
bucks and smoke some
Yeah.
crack.
I think Tom coined it at a house party once. He just like shook the beer and went, "Hey Jamie, Schumacher!" And just
They just did
sprayed
it to
me in
you.
the face
That
with
rules.
beer. And then you feel mad about it because it's wetting your shirt and stuff. But you open your mouth, you get some delicious beer in there,
Exactly,
baby, and then
yeah,
you're
yeah.
all good.
Boy.
You open at the right time, free beer.
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff happen at Macca's. I also worked in a bunch of call centers. I've worked in a lot of call centers, and I'm not good at being in a call center, which is weird because I keep doing that. But no, I got some good stuff. One
That
time,
got very real. Very briefly, there was a bit of real, genuine emotion in there.
man, I got some cool shit. One time, I was at a Macca's party. It was just like. It was like we were underage. It was like in the park in front of the water slides in Manly. I was like 15 or 16. Everyone was drinking there. This chick who always bullied me passed out. Like she was unconscious. And her friends were watching. I think she took like a bad pill or something. And I was like kind of helping a bit. And I had like my head, just holding my hand under her head so that her head wasn't on the concrete just because she's like a person. I didn't want to hit her head even though she was like mean to me or whatever. The next day, she thanked me for saving her life. I was like, I absolutely didn't. That's a ridiculous.
She stopped bullying you as a
Yeah, she
result?
did. Yeah.
Oh, that is
yeah.
nice. So what you're saying essentially is that you gave someone a dodgy pill so they'd stop bullying you.
Yeah, that was my master
You were sitting
plan.
before with a gas mask on in your house, combining rat poison and bleach.
No, I didn't take a pill till I was 18.
I thought you were going to say I've never manufactured drugs.
I don't think.
All right, after the podcast, let's
Except
go
for the
home
crack
and
in your
make
bathtub
crack
at the moment.
cocaine.
Yeah.
Well, my friend has made crack, and she told me how to do it, and it's like pretty easy apparently.
Jesus Christ.
I'm really trying to talk you guys into smoking this crack.
I don't want to smoke crack.
We got to get some coke first. But
You are so close to smoking crack.
I would
feel.
smoke
Yeah.
crack. I'm comfortable to admit I would smoke
I'm
crack.
fairly certain you've already agreed to it with one of the other
Yeah.
people who runs our comedy club with us.
Me and Sando were going to smoke crack.
Like,
What's up?
like Rob Ford.
Yeah, dude. Wait, who's Rob Ford?
Rod Ford
It's okay,
is
there's
the
been lots of,
mayor of
noise
Toronto.
in-
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I would love to smoke crack as a mayor. That's my dream
Yeah,
job.
he was like a big fat fuck that smoked crack in office.
Man, I would love to. I would like any kind of position power. I would love to just take crack and then abuse the power. That's like probably my ultimate fantasy.
That's what you think you're doing a power bomb when you're doing a shitty job on the door and drinking beers. You're just like, this is the ultimate position of power, but really we're just like, man, he fucking sucks. How do we,
I didn't
how do we
sound
get him
last
out
night.
of here?
I didn't sound last night. There were no dramas. Everything was fine. So
Oh, well, the only thing I guess that was close to a drama was that he was playing something bad, so I went and
I actually like Hastings
I
sick
was
beats on the
playing-
set.
but I went and corrected it by putting on "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket."
I was playing Yeezus, I think.
No, it was something ridiculous.
Was it hippity hop?
I said a
No.
hit.
But I
A
put
hippie.
But I put take off your pants and jacket on. Like if you want something to appease you, put this on.
That's like
But
doing
then-
it to a cat or a young child, being like, play with the phone with take off your pants and jacket on. He just grabs it and dribbles, and it's like,
But then the show ended, and like my version that I have on my iPod has all 6 bonus tracks. So it played like the good bonus songs,
And
but
then
also
Fuck
all
a Dog?
yeah, like fuck a dog came
Oh,
on at the
yes.
end, and like when you fucked grandpa.
when you fuck grandpa rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I love that song.
Mother's Day, not so good. I
Yeah.
think that's
I like
the weakest.
Boxing Day by Blink-182. That's a good song.
I was thinking about this.
You know they don't have Boxing Day in America? It's like
Yeah,
a,
no,
it's like
I
an
heard
England.
that.
It's like an England thing.
Yeah.
So we have it.
I don't really have any outrageous work party stories because I didn't have a job. I think from about 16 to 18.
Ooh, someone had rich parents.
No, I had a poor
Yep, me.
parent. I had a very poor parent who was probably stupidly supporting me.
My parents didn't get rich till I was nearly 30. It fucking sucks. I
but
got rich when I was a kid.
So you're saying
But
at therapy as well? I just want to crawl back into my mother's womb so I can enjoy the financial spoils.
Absolutely.
I'll probably get yelled at if she ever finds out I tell this story. But
Tell her to find me. And then it'll turn into...
oh no, wait! I just like said it's my sister off mic.
Yeah, that
and
was
then-
weird.
Even though I was about to tell the story about her,
us.
but no, because we used to work. Her boyfriend and I worked at a Pizza Hut.
Oh, cool.
And
I once got a hand job behind a skate park from a chick who worked at a Domino's.
I mean, this story is going in a similar place because they had like a staff party or whatever, and I was like 15 or something like that, or 16, and she was of drinking age, so was he, and they got extremely fucked. Not they, rather she. She was just outrageously blind.
Hell yeah.
And then somebody else who worked with me thought that they would come up and tell me this story, which of course I'd want to hear,
Great.
which was, hey, you know that table where you do all your work up the back, the
Sick.
wash table? She's like, fucking 2 weeks ago or whatever, when you left, Dave fucked
Hell yes.
on there.
You have to deal with your sister fucking.
Yeah, and then on the way home, we had to stop so she could vomit out of the car, and then she fell out of the car into the gutter into the vomit.
I respect that.
And let me tell you, I told that story at her 21st, and it brought the house down.
Hell yeah. Hell yes.
Also, I wish I didn't know. Can we bleep the name of my sister?
You've said it 4 times now, I think.
no, but her name.
Oh, her name?
Yeah.
I could probably bleep
Can we
it.
beep that? She's like a fucking primary school teacher.
All right.
Hell yes.
Yeah, you got to remind me.
I will.
Otherwise, I'll just let it sit right through, baby.
Yeah.
Going back to the movie, what I was thinking about at the end.
It's good to go back every now and then.
Well, that party scene is so good.
Yeah,
Like,
it's dope.
it's
It's like Project X, but
that
it
was
makes
in my
sense.
notes. It was
like-
what Project X could have been in like a 15-minute thing. There's stuff happening. There's party montages. There's titties, but like there's character work in it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Where everything feels earned. It's
No
not
one
just,
called a dog a faggot.
Yeah, it's not just a
I
ridiculous.
mean, not on screen.
yeah, off-screen Colin Jost was just really going out of Labrador, but
Actually, if anybody was going to do that in the movie, it probably would have been his cop character.
yeah, which was so indebted to Superbad's like shitty
Yeah.
cops. But when
Yeah.
he came in and he was like the first thing he says is a homophobic slur.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's so fun.
Yeah, rules.
Yeah.
Man, I also have you noticed that this happens in Project X and this. Everyone walking around for the rest of the movie has regular sized breasts. For some reason, upon contact with water, every woman has quadruple D's.
Yeah, you know when
it's
you
like
you put your half hand in and then like it looks all fat.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's called refraction, and it's also what happens to me after I had come.
it's shrinky.
What?
Man, I'm really trying to get some content out today, man. I'm really just doing my best.
It's
It's lucky I showed up at all.
It's true. How lucky.
It's shrinky dink boobies. You put them in water and they just grow.
Man, I love
So it's like the opposite of a shrinky dink.
Yeah, and they look like big Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Man, I just
Oh no, wait! I was
just-
thinking of those things that you microwaved and they like.
No,
shrink
the
down.
things that you pour water out and
Yeah,
they grow
yeah.
bigger. It's like a little sponge.
Man, I just love titties. Is that a crime?
Is that so wrong?
Call back. It depends how you express your love for those titties. It can be a crime.
Kisses.
I write poetry to them, but I send them to people and say, "This is for yo titties."
Hell yeah. Man, I don't know. Like if love and
Also, in my notes, it just says titties with an exclamation mark.
if
Do you
loving-
remember what that was in reference
Probably
to?
when I saw the titties.
if love
I'm
and-
assuming the next movie we're doing has the same note.
I've started making that note Whenever you see titties, you gotta just,
Right.
Yeah. Man, if loving titties is a crime, then fucking take me away. You know what I'm saying? I'll go away for life. You know?
I think they probably should take you away, just not to the facility that you think
Yeah.
that you're going.
You think you're going to the army to become a corporal and be given an M16. What they're doing is taking you to a padded cell where you can only read the Paramore lyrics in a lyric booklet, but they're all covered in rubber, so you can't paper cut yourself to death.
Man, I went to Northside, like the mental hospital recently, just to
Check it out.
No, the vet just had an appointment. I just took her to an appointment there. She wasn't like getting section or anything. But the whole time I was there, I was like, maybe I should just check in.
like fucking Flanders.
It takes
Kicking
like 2
and
months.
screaming,
It's like
please.
a 2-month waiting list to like actually get like a stay in Northside. It sucks. And also you need private health insurance, which I do not have.
Uh-oh. Well, maybe if
Nor do I.
Next
I
year I'm
haven't.
getting it.
So if anybody wants to send some donations to the pod so we can stay alive,
Yeah, well, I was
and
gonna-
keep producing this
I
hot
suggest
content.
if you like this, tell all your friends so that we can get a Patreon and become rich.
Hey, Rose, with health insurance stuff, is wanting a
Yes.
pussy a pre-existing condition?
No.
Hastings is back. You got to laugh from off screen.
Sam is back,
It's not,
everyone.
is it covered by... Serious question. Is it covered by health insurance at all?
I don't think so.
Because in that case, you surely should have gotten health insurance already. Look, we
Yeah,
can
like
have this
probably.
conversation.
Also, with this party,
None of it's covered by Medicare.
no.
So-
Also, with this party, it's kind of funny that the idea that to have a successful pool party, they have to kill their boss with a drug overdose.
yeah, I thought that was very kind of glossed over. That it did seem like they were actually trying to murder
Well,
him.
not only were they trying to murder him, but then at the end where they insinuate that the boss kind of tried to touch Ashley Green, the
Yeah.
mobsters take him away, and you
Yeah.
never see him again.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh,
So he's-
don't they? Wasn't there an after or
Oh,
like
there
during
might-
credits thing that
Oh, yeah,
implied
yes,
that he was
there
still,
was-
yeah,
there
because he
was.
walked off and he like clearly like
Yeah, he'd
had
been-
had things in his butt or
Yeah.
something
Right.
like that.
Because
Yeah.
that's, of course, mob justice.
Yeah,
That-
Yeah.
So don't worry, they didn't murder him. They just raped him.
Three Italian Americans
That's
were like,
okay.
"Hey, I'm gonna shove my hot salsicha up you now."
I was waiting for the reveal that guy wasn't actually a criminal, and it just never came. I
Yeah,
thought that
me
reveal
too.
was coming.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I
going to be
kinda
that he
thought
was
that.
like a landscape architect or something.
Yeah, I thought, exactly. I thought it was.
I kind of thought there might be a thing with the boss as well, where it like he joined the party and they're like, you're all right."
Nah, he was such a piece of shit. The kid
He's well cast.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
good
he
casting.
was. I liked him a lot.
from the 7 Minutes in Heaven web series.
Right,
Have you
I
seen
don't
that?
know this. No.
He used to get like comics or famous people into a closet, and it would be like 7 Minutes in Heaven, but he'd just do kind of like awkward comedy with them. It was really
like
fun.
between two
I did that, but
phones.
instead of comedians, it was hot chicks. Instead
and instead of
banter,
jokes,
it
they were
was-
sucking you off.
Yeah, dude.
So you got
dude.
sucked off in a broom closet.
You know, you could just do it like on the bed.
Nah, that's the coward's way out.
Too much space.
That's why I'm a fucking Marine, dude. Hoorah! I'm joining the fucking army, getting sucked off in a broom closet.
I would actually love to see you with a marine haircut.
What do you
If
think
anyone
the
can send-
army is?
Yeah, what movie? Which army movies
It's
have
like-
you seen?
Stripes, dude.
Great movie.
I don't even
Very
think you
good.
think it's that. You're like, the army is like where you go to a beach house with your friend Stifler, Finch, Oz, Kevin.
1 year ago, you'd all lost your virginity at prom.
Yeah. I got confused between the army and Hot Damn in 2010.
Yeah, you'd be the colonel of Hot Damn in
I
2010.
was the colonel of Hot Damn.
You should wear full-on military regalia.
I ran that now, dude. Whenever I go to emo nights now, I'm like the old weird. Like no one respects me anymore.
Did they
This is
ever
a
respect you?
This
Yes,
is
dude.
a running thing through
I was
this.
the king.
This is a running thing through this
I'd just like
podcast.
to know that Sam just pointed at me from the kitchen, and once I'd finished that joke, like did a fist bump, like
Little fist bump.
please make that joke.
Yeah. No, I could be in the army, dude. You don't fucking know.
Have you guys ever, speaking of when the main guy drives Ashley Green home on his bicycle, have you ever had like one of those moments where you're driving a girl home that you want to hook up with, but you're all nervous and you don't know what you're going to do?
Yeah, my second tour of the Gulf.
I
I can't fucking drive.
yeah, I couldn't drive until I was 26.
I've never been
My
sober
then
long enough
girlfriend
to
taught me
take-
how to drive.
I've never been sober long enough to take the test. I don't like.
Jeez.
So tell your version of that story.
What fucking sad teenage unrequited love story are you about to tell us? This is gonna be great.
No, my second girlfriend. Well, I remember like we both knew we were into each other.
Is this a wonderful courtship story?
Yeah, basically. We drove home like after one night at the Epping RSL, and it was one of those ones where
You
like,
romantic, you.
Epping RSL gets them wet, baby.
Oh God!
Play
I
electronic
thought this story was going to be a delight for a change.
play electronic BJ, get a physical BJ. You know what I'm saying?
Sick.
No.
I love getting electronic BJs, dude. I love getting sucked off by
Is that
a
what
fucking
happened when you
vacuum
went to
cleaner.
Sexpo?
That fucking Dyson shit, you know?
Oh, you are exactly the kind of person who watched that scene at the end of Scary Movie
dude.
and like laughed, but then went,
Maybe.
"But what if?"
Doesn't it like rip your dick off though to stick it in a vacuum cleaner?
I've never tried, but I've heard rumors
All
of
right,
that.
well, we've got a break between the second episode. You got a vacuum cleaner,
I
Rose?
do have a
All right,
vacuum.
let's fuck the vacuum
I didn't
cleaner.
bring my Viagra.
Hastings can't get hard. I guess. All right, I guess I'll have to do it. But no, I remember I drove my second girlfriend to be at the time home, and it was one of those things where we like stopped outside my house, and it was just, like sitting there for 20 minutes, just both knowing that we wanted to, but like dancing around the fact.
Like very.
Hand on the back of the head, guide her.
Or was it
down.
And I
just the
kept-
more like the very, very slowly moving closer to each other?
yeah, exactly. And like, yeah.
Which
And
I've been trying to do all pod. And you're not picking up what I'm putting down, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just going to just fucking palm me off, dude. But I remember, like, after it took like 30 minutes, and then we made out in the car for another 30 minutes. And then, have you seen Love Actually?
Yes.
I did that Laura Linney dance in the hallway to my apartment after I got up. I just like jumped up and down. I was like,
I may have done that recently.
yeah, I know.
Nah, I rule too hard to do any of that shit.
No, it's just because there's no emotional connection between anyone
Actually,
you
on
sleep
that-
with, and you're so dead inside that you're just like another number on the list on my phone.
On that
I
little
mean, my
dan-
girlfriend's nice. Okay,
on that little dance thing, I remember one New Year's Eve, I quite
but
luckily,
she's not nice. She's
I managed to hook up with this very attractive young lady, and
sick.
she kind of stayed around here for the whole next day or whatever, and then my housemate returned.
What a clinger.
Stage 5.
Stage 5 clinger, bro.
That's why I had to send her free. No, she was the one who ended the arrangement. But
She couldn't get enough of that D, bro.
but I eventually, like, he was just like sitting in the lounge room playing fucking FIFA or some shit, and I walked out with her to like walk her to the door, and basically as soon as the door shut, he stood up from his game and started clapping, and then I got a message from her on Facebook a few hours later saying, "Was someone clapping when I left your apartment?"
Hell yes.
I'm like, I maybe in the apartment next door.
Yeah, people heard it. People heard the screaming last night.
This dude I used to live with, this was a couple of years ago. He wanted to message a girl, but like didn't like. He was like wanted to ask a girl to come over or whatever. And we're all drunk and partying and stuff. And my other housemate just grabbed the phone and sent the girl just a DTF message. Just said like he was like, I don't know what to say, like blah blah.
You
like,
up?
And she goes DTF question mark, and she replied with yeah. And he was like, I can't believe that worked. It's fucking insane.
With this girl that I was just
That would
talking
give you
about.
such false confidence that it would work with everyone, though.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, this
I pulled not dissimilar moves.
the girl I was just talking about.
Yes, I know.
Her and I were talking about that How I Met Your Mother episode. So like one night she just sent me a question mark.
Yes,
and
yeah.
I sent her the exclamation mark, and then we fucked.
Yeah.
That rules. Getting laid is fucking sick.
It's pretty good.
I don't think I hate it.
You kind of act like you do
I
sometimes.
think I actually hate it.
Yeah.
I think I just please release me from this mortal coil.
I think
so I don't have to
maybe
feel-
you have an unhealthy relationship with
I
it.
think I just want to like separate my mind from my body. You know what I mean? So I'm tethered to this flesh prison. You know. Mario Odyssey's pretty good.
Yeah, the cap rules. You guys know
Playing
where-
Far Cry 4, it's pretty dope.
You playing that Far Cry?
Yeah, dude, rules. It's real good.
I've heard like mixed things
It's
about
like, well, because I just want to play more Fallout, and it's like not
Save
dissimilar
it for
to
Game
Fallout.
Babies, okay?
it.
I'm not on Game Babies.
Game Babies was cancelled.
Man. I miss a Neath. I miss when I had other projects.
Are you
For
gonna start?
context listener, I
are you-
used to do a thing.
You miss
Are you gonna
being
start
someone.
writing-
What you miss
you
is
gonna
being
start writing
someone's
poetry?
everything, not having a person with like side stuff.
I'm not your everything.
Oh no, Andy, don't worry, man. I love you. Look at me in the eyes.
I'm still here. You can't get kissy while I'm still at the table. Oh yeah.
Ooh, my bottom.
Yucca.
Hastings is eating my ass on the podcast. Tickles. Oh god. It's,
More sound effects.
yeah, it's Michael Winslow podcast. Do we have anything else anyone wants to talk about? We've still got some time to kill.
What's left in?
We could talk about how Andy actually emceed a professional room well the other day.
Shout outs to me.
Well, we talked about in the last episode how we all thought it was going to go bad, and now I guess we can.
Hang on, let's make that relevant. You remember that bit in Staten Island Summer where that guy emceed the comedy show well and no one expected him to?
Yeah, you know when. Oh no, it's kind of like how Colin Jost took over Weekend Update.
Yeah.
And people didn't think he was going to do so well, but then he kind of had a natural chemistry with Michael Che.
Yeah.
It turns out Andy can MC a comedy room, and at this point, I guess we can tell you there are a lot of private messages going around being like, I don't know if he'll pull it off.
I assumed.
No, there were none. Maybe
Yeah,
one
there
or two
weren't.
between me and Alex.
We probably
I'm a good MC.
because of where you're at with Mario Odyssey at the moment. We should probably definitely tell you there were no private messages saying
Thank
that.
you, Rose. I appreciate that. Oh, man. I love that Mario Odyssey is a euphemism for depression now.
Man, you should use it as a euphemism for sex too. Just tell some chick, hey, you want to go to New Donk City?
Man, I would love to just fucking use it as a euthanasia. I would love to just
I gotta
fuck
put-
euphemisms.
Got to put my
euthanasia.
cappy on.
I'm good, man. I'm on the up.
Yeah, after that Wayward's comedy, have we got you booked for a Powerbomb MC?
No, but I'll do it. I would love to do it.
I don't know.
I'll do the UTS one. Who cares, man?
Yeah.
I'll do the UTS one. I want to for the next round of those. Let's do that.
We can also probably announce about PBCF, see if we can.
Oh
get
yeah,
some of
dude,
our
we can do that.
listeners
We're announcing
converted.
like this week, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that.
So it'll come out. The announcement
come
will
out this
presumably
Thursday.
come before this episode.
Well, let's just say it's the most
Let's say
successful
this
comedy
is the-
festival ever conceived.
Let's say
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the official announcement. We are now officially announcing for the first time.
It's called Century Venues Presents.
Fringe comedy.
No, we're doing a little DIY, little punk comedy festival at Stays Brewery every Saturday.
Henry Rollins is
October.
headlining it.
Yep.
We actually do have a good headliner headlining it.
Yeah,
Sam
Peter
Campbell.
Mackay.
Sam Campbell is confirmed. We're waiting on a few other names to confirm. But
Yeah,
Right.
it's going to be good, and also we're all doing shows there. So,
I might do a
Sure.
split bill. I haven't decided. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it.
so Lincoln Davies, please come to all of them.
Harry June,
David Young.
play your cards right. We might give you a spot next.
Well, that's
year.
all we
yeah,
have to
we
talk
know
about.
the
We
Twitter.
the guy that we thought ran the quotes page is not he. So who are you?
It's probably
Name
my
yourself.
Dad. It's probably my dad secretly telling me he loves me. It's probably that's how he like shows his affection.
Is that what you tell your therapist for a lot of things as well?
Yeah, I think it's my dad.
The
It'd be
lyrics,
so funny if
the
he was
lyrics
silently
are-
running a quotes page.
the lyrics of Haley Williams are really my dad.
Yeah, my
ghostwriting
dad
them.
actually wrote "Only Exception" about me and gave it to Haley Williams.
Your dad wants to fuck you?
I don't get it.
It's a song.
Yeah, I know. I don't know that band.
You know this. You know that song. It was a big.
I guarantee you I could not pick a Paramore song
Paramore.
out of a
It
lineup.
was like a big single.
No, well, you'd be able to know Misery Business probably.
I genuinely wouldn't know.
That's their biggest single.
Yeah, but like...
Decode from
Oh,
Twilight.
Decode. Yeah, Decode is probably big.
By the time they were a thing, I was like older.
Did you see the band Dakota Ring?
Yes, I did, I think, actually.
My
Had
stepdad
the
was in a
big day out
band.
one year.
My stepdad was same. I think I was there.
Yeah.
My stepdad was in a band with one of great band. They like great instrumental.
Yeah,
band.
they were good.
Yeah. Anyway, Powerbomb Comedy Festival every Saturday in October at States Brewery. We're doing several shows a night. It's going to be sick. Got all the PB crew doing it. Got some special guests doing shows, including Barry winner Samuel Campbell.
Oh, baby. That
Doing-
sounds hot.
I don't know what he's actually going to do.
Yes.
I assume he'd
guess
probably
he's-
just do the trophy.
I think
guess
he's just
he's
going
gonna
to do
do an
Nanette.
hour.
I think he's just going to.
Oh, do you guys have any embarrassing condom buying experiences based on the...
Yeah. So when
I had to
wa-
buy condoms recently for the first time in about fucking 5 years.
I don't get embarrassed buying condoms. I think it makes me look cool. I like people to know I'm safe, dude.
The self-service checkout really
I like
made
people to
it,
know I fuck.
It's just it feels redundant to buy condoms and then.
So do you
No, I'm not
specifically-
going to make that joke. I was about to make a joke about stealthy, but it's pretty off.
I thought you were going to say that you specifically still go to the manned checkout instead of the self-serve when you're buying condoms.
Yeah.
To be like, yeah,
And
big night.
He opens
They're like
the
extra
he opens
small.
the box and pours them out on it. He's like,
Count 'em,
yeah.
12.
12 roots I'm getting tonight. He's
And
the
2 complimentary packets of water-based lube.
And do you guys sell Viagra?
Because I cannot get it up.
Did you say you went to the self-serve checkouts?
Yeah.
We used to have, when I worked at Big W, the condoms at Big W had...
You could buy condoms at Big
First
W?
time I ever bought
Yeah,
condoms
dude.
was at Big W because it was the only place that had a self-serve checkout.
Yeah.
Woolies
Right.
didn't have them yet.
That was the best because I used to work on the self-serve checkouts, and condoms weirdly had 2 barcodes. They'd have the barcode printed on the box, but then they'd have that one that has a security tag in it. So if you're stealing it, it beeps when you go off.
Yeah.
Because condoms are a stealing item
Yeah,
because
yeah.
people are too embarrassed to buy them.
Yeah.
So what would
Also
happen-
kids and stuff.
Yeah. A lot of like American students from Macquarie University across the street would scan the security barcode, and it would pop up with like item not found, and they could not continue on the self-serve, but it would pop up on the screen. So I'd be like, oh, these guys are buying condoms, and then you'd come over there and be
Price check on condoms. Price check on extra small condoms.
yeah. So you'd go over there and you'd be like, hey, dude, they'd be real embarrassed. Like, I don't know what happened. I think the thing crashed. And you're like, no, dude, it's fine. Your condoms just didn't scan. It looks so embarrassed.
Condoms
And
didn't
then like,
scan.
and then you'd just like reach into the bag confidently and like scan the right thing and say, there you go, good, have a good fuck, buds.
Being young is such a nightmare in your mind. Like, it's so fucked. Like, it's embarrassing to have sex and it's embarrassing not to have sex. There's no right way to do it.
There's
It's
no
just embarrassing to exist.
Yeah, there's no
yeah,
middle
being
ground.
alive is hell, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh man, you are really not doing well.
My brain is on fire.
It can only survive with the cool, soothing sensation of crack cocaine.
Man, let's smoke crack. Maybe that'll be finally the thing that gets me right.
That's what he's
I
going.
don't think that's how crack works.
That'll be his
the thing to fix
I
me.
bet
dude.
you
Crack
as well.
cocaine.
That'll be his next tactic. He'll get real earnest and be like, "Dude, like I'm really hanging by a thread here. Earnestly, the only thing that would fix me
If
is
you did
did
crack.
crack cocaine with me." And he'd be like, "No, fine, I'll kill myself."
Man, my friend has a crack pipe. She showed me how. Like, she told me how to make crack. I could get crack. Like, we can make this happen. Like, it's just baking soda and Coke.
But
This
I
is
know-
a really dangerous route to go down. You're going to be fucking hitting the ice pipe real
you
soon.
are gonna smoke crack by the end of this year, aren't you?
Maybe if someone like maybe. But see how things go finance
Yeah,
wise.
I'm gonna. Did you have the phone number for your therapist?
I haven't got a phone at the moment. My phone broke. It's in the shop. I'm getting a loaner phone in the next couple of days.
You're getting a
Hope there's
burner.
nudes on there. That'd be sick.
Preloaded nudes.
Yeah, like if the last person who had the phone and they forget to clear it or whatever, that'd be pretty dope.
I mean, I got a phone in my room.
One time I
Like, genuinely.
one time I found a phone at Mardi Gras like years ago, and I went through it religiously looking for nudes. Like I
Oh,
really.
God.
And
Did you hook it up to a computer and load a recovery program?
Oh,
No,
God.
it was fine. The phone was working and stuff. Well, I didn't find any nudes, but what I did find is there was a girl's phone. She was playing 2 dudes at once. Like I went through her messages. There was 2
Did you
dudes.
write back to him and be like, yo, homie?
No, I did. But I it was pretty. I felt pretty guilty, but also it was pretty good. No nudes though.
Oh, speaking in
must delete 'em.
in the movie, the parents. Part of what I think also makes Zach Perlman work is that the parents really hate him.
Well,
Yeah, that rules.
Danny's parents.
That stuff's
yeah.
sick.
The main they're always like, "Did you guys have a friend where people were like, you could do better?"
No, because my friends all always tried to be very friendly with my mum because she let us drink there all the time.
Yeah, Davis was that guy for my parents. They were like, "Oh, come on."
My parents had
Like
a few
we-
friends where they were like, "Are you sure you want to?"
We virtually adopted one of my friends for like 2 years.
Because my dad was a teacher at my school, there was this one dude I was friends with, and my dad would be like, "Man, you shouldn't be hanging out with him. It's really damaging your social currency." Like he was like, "You got to hang out with cool."
You don't look popular.
Yeah, my dad was like, "You got to hang out with cool."
So it
kids,
wasn't-
man." Like,
That
So it
is
wasn't-
such
so-
bad parenting.
So it wasn't.
and
That is
teaching.
so bad, yeah.
He was a teacher and a parent.
Yeah, that is
He
shocking.
does say, "I've been watching it. You'll never be able to finger Kelsey if you're still friends with that fucking loser."
Like literally, that's what the shit he would say. He would be like, "Man, you'll be at a party. He's gonna say some weird shit to girls, man." Like,
Did he have girls that he thought you should go for?
there are no girls at my school.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I picture your dad parenting you like Homer in that episode of The Simpsons where he like keeps making fun of Bart for joining the junior campus.
Yeah, basically, that's basically what it is. Yeah. No, it was good, man. He was. It was an interesting experience. I used to put like heaps of money. He had like an account on the canteen, so I could get whatever I wanted.
Was he a big fat fuck?
My dad. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
thought you.
My
were
dad's a
talking-
big fat fuck.
Unlimited jockey milk.
Yeah, totally, dude. Heaps of like spinach and ricotta rolls, dude. I ate meat back then as well. I'd get like hot dogs and shit. It was pretty cool. Till they got rid
You
of
had
them.
hot dogs at your school?
They had hot dogs until like year 9, then they got healthy.
We had
Right.
meat pies, sausage rolls, and occasionally you'd get chicken and corn.
Oh,
rolls.
nice, yeah.
Those were delicious. And then I ate them like 10 years later thinking, oh, this will be great. I'll get a freezer full of them. And after like 1.5, oh, this is disgusting.
It's fucked
And it
up.
reminds me of when I felt awkward in high school and people teased me.
Oh, full of Katie Horsburgh goodness, I'd say, as I licked the thing.
Man, it's pretty dumb that I would smoke crack, but like won't eat a pie. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe
Like,
you
no,
need-
no meat. I can't. I could
Maybe
never have
we-
meat.
Maybe don't do it. Maybe it's not a good idea.
Yeah, maybe we need to just get you a quarter pounder, dude.
Nah, fuck that.
crack.
I feel like I wouldn't shit for days if I had meat now because it's been so long. It's been like 6 years since I've had meat. Like, I don't.
I just had a quarter pounder. It was pretty
Man.
pretty good.
Do you reckon my dick weighs a quarter of a pound?
No.
No, yeah.
I'm really phoning in these riffs. I'm really just like, yeah, Hastings bot autopilot.
If you could have seen him, then
just on the-
he had his
meat,
like
I don't
eyes
know, man.
closed with his face in his hand while he was saying
Just
that.
on the Cumtown Reddit, that's best Stavros Halkias quotes. Hell yeah, bitch.
Is that how you pronounce that?
yeah. Oh man.
Bitch, sir.
Well, I mean, we've got like another episode to record, and we've been on here for an hour. I think though, like the first couple of minutes were just us riffing around. So do we have anything more to talk about the movie or stories?
Man, honestly, go watch the movie. That's what I will say. That I
Yeah,
think
like
if you listen to it, I reckon go watch. The
no
movie.
one
It's a
would
good
ever
movie.
think to watch this, but it's actually
It's-
like
I
real
reckon
good.
it's a sleeper hit.
Little
Hit it
spoiler
up.
alert: it's going to be quite high on my rankings.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be
Yeah.
pretty high up for me.
For sure, dude.
I thought they were like everyone was so likable. I thought Cecily Strong was great.
Yeah, Cecily Strong is the same age as all of them, but noticeably older as well.
Yeah, I like
She's
that.
an actress. She's cool though. She's
Bobby
great.
Moynihan was great.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
Bobby
good movie.
Moynihan was great.
Gina Gershon was there and not much clothing,
Oh,
which is
man.
the second time that's happened. One of these movies we watched, and it's so great.
I'm so hungry, but I know if I eat, I'll throw up.
Yeah, I'd prefer you not to throw up in my house again.
Yeah.
When was the last
It's
time
happened
you
like a bunch
threw
of
up there?
times.
Throw up here?
Yeah.
Like
Ma-
a few years ago.
No, Mardi Gras night. You said you went and yacked in the
Oh, yeah, I
toilet.
did too. Yeah, that's because often when I'm coming up, I'll do a little booty. Do a little booty.
You throw up a lot.
I throw up when I'm coming up on pills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I rarely throw up from drinking, but I did last night. Oh, all right. Do you want to wrap this shit up?
Yeah.
Is that what you say before you have sex?
Yeah.
Make her do it? Do you want to wrap this shit up?
Actually, that's a foolish question. I'm sure you don't even try.
No, dude. I joke about it. I'm actually quite sensible with condoms.
Yeah,
I
I
joke
know.
about it.
I know, but yeah.
Oh man,
It
I
was funny to say
fucking
that.
love pussy. I guess I don't. I don't.
Man, what are we gonna do for the
Hey,
second
listen-
episode? If
Hey,
you've,
listener, like,
if you've
stay-
already worn out your "I love pussy" riff,
I'll have a beer. It'll sort me out.
Stay
Okay.
tuned for next week, listener, because
two
we're
back-to-backs.
recording next week's episode right after this.
Andy's not going to have eaten. He's going to have added a beer to the mix.
He's
gonna
still
be-
wearing 2 pairs of pajama pants.
He's going to be even more suicidal. One beer will really activate that desire for crack that he has as well.
Man, I just love crack.
Should
I
we-
like that while this
I
is
wanna-
happening as well. You got to watch like Sam, my housemate, come back from the gym
Yeah.
and like make this really wholesome looking
I
lunch.
I went to the kitchen and glass where there was so many like vegetables and shit. I can't.
Made me feel
handle it, man.
sick.
I can't like just seeing like healthy stuff right now feels like a microaggression. I can't fucking hack.
Are you triggered?
I'm
She's
triggered.
trying
bro.
to eat very theatrically
Yeah.
now.
Looks fantastic, Sam. All right, let's do it.
All right, well, come to Wayward's Comedy every Wednesday. Come to Powerbomb Comedy every Friday. Those are the only 2 rooms you ever have to come to. No one
You should
else.
go
Oh,
to
UTS
comedy
on
at Papa
something.
Getty's.
Oh yeah, if you're just starting at comedy, go to Papa Getty's.
Motherfucker, I will end you.
DM Rose Piper for a 4-minute
Yeah,
spot.
it's just a sign up for 1 bell at 3, 2 bells at 4.
I was very close to saying I'll get you to MC before I get this
Would
cunt
you?
back on. And
That's a lie.
now that you've said that, no way.
Wait, look, can I do a Papa Getty spot soon? It's been a while. Actually, no, I did it pretty recently, didn't it?
It's been like 2 months or something.
Yeah,
That's
fair
2 shows
enough.
ago.
That's right. Yeah, I did it like last night.
Yeah, go to Papa Getty's. Donate to Rose Piper's.
Maybe it hasn't been.
GoFundMe.
I don't know.
Well, you just spoke over that.
Oh,
donate
I'm
to
sorry.
Rose
Yes, please
Piper's
donate to my GoFundMe.
Like me on Twitter or some shit.
Try and outmatch the donation by the CEO of the company I work for.
FedEx.
$7.50.
Ooh.
It's pretty
Top
good.
that.
FedEx Andy.
Becky
Lucas
did.
has the
yeah,
record,
she's
yeah.
got the record.
FedEx Andy some crack cocaine.
Let's talk about this next episode, but you getting some sweet transphobic hate for Becky Lucas donating is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, I laughed.
Hastings has a.
I thought it was hilarious.
Hastings has a Hastings has an A4 sheet of paper punching up the transphobic thing. So this is what they said. This is what she should have said. So it's funnier.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's fucking wrap this
Radical
up.
Femmes on Twitter. You can go fuck yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
They were not very nice to me.
Man.
Or
hell
Becky.
Yeah. All right, let's end it.
Watch Staten
I mean, my
Island
fucking
Summer.
life.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Email us on weateitall69@gmail.com with any movie recommendations or any questions
If
or any
you-
recipes for crack cocaine. for
If you are the
Andrew
quote
Hastings.
Baking
page,
soda,
name
water,
yourself.
and cocaine is the recipe.
Yes, please name yourself if you're the quote page, and that'll be it for us. All right, to the next step.
To the next step.
It's like, it's not like I'm alone, but I feel lonely all the time. It's not like
We hang out all the time.
It's the thing. I have a support network, and it's just, I'm just trying to.
He's not even looking at us in the eye while he does this.
I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Man, let's get some caps.